Alright, so this game I'm going to be recording and analyzing this Annie's play. It looks like you unfortunately disconnected, so I'm going to go ahead and speed it up until you connect. I think you get here around 2 minutes 30. And I've turned off the enemy's team's vision. I don't see the purple side at all. And the reason for that is because I don't want to make it seem like I'm an omnipresent being and I have like perfect hindsight and I know everything, because I don't, clearly. And I shouldn't be acting as if I shouldn't be making commentary, sorry, knowing more than you do. Like, I should be playing and commenting as if I have the exact same information provided to me as you do, so that you don't feel as if I have an unfair advantage. So right now, okay, we can go back down to normal. You are at a disadvantage in terms of experience, but it's not that significant that you're going to lose this game. I probably would have blown teleport to get back to lane. It's only going to be a 4-minute cooldown if you teleport to tower, so it's not going to cost you lane. And that wasn't so good. I'm not going to comment on your CSing. You don't really need help with that. That's a mechanical thing that you can figure out. But looking at him right now, well, what did you start? You started QE. A bit of a mistake here. The fact that he has such great zoning pressure on you means that you need to have a way to retaliate. Okay, every single time he uses his Q to harass you, you gotta not just let him walk away for free. Look at how many minions you have right now. Let's go back 15 seconds and look how many minions you have. Okay, let's count. 4. I just sneezed. Sorry. You have 4, 8, 9. He has 3. In a fight, each of these minions does about 25 AD plus the siege, which does 40, plus 15 from each of the melees. You've got about 200 extra attack damage per second, or almost about per second, from each of these minions. You should not be at all afraid to fight Malphite right now. He's got nothing on you. In a fight right here, you should have gone all in. You saw how many minions he was taking right there? All the minions alone took out his shield. Like, there's no reason for you to be afraid with this many minions on your side. Let's go ahead and just stop right now. Look how much health he has. He has 649. And then watch how much health he has now. 617. He took 30 damage alone from being close to the minions, and it's going to keep going down because he's ending up staying too close to your minions where he's taking the aggro. So right now you still have a huge minion advantage. You shouldn't be afraid to go all in on him at all. Taking a couple minion aggro, not a big deal. This is a little trick that you can do whenever you take minion aggro and you're trying to auto attack harass. Hang out near the brushes. Every time you want to toss out an auto attack and harass him with it, jump into the brush, jump back out, and that'll is what I call drop minion aggro. I don't know why you're dancing back and forth here. He's under tower. The enemy jungler just showed mid. There's absolutely no reason you shouldn't be underneath his tower as well, tossing long range auto attacks. Your auto attack is long enough where if he's trying to last hit minions here, he's melee, he's going to be standing here, you're going to be standing about here, you're not in tower range to harass him. You should be able to spam auto attacks on him non-stop. Now right now you have a pocket stun right now. There's no reason you should be allowing him to get random abilities off on you either. You should be able to just toss your E up and then toss out a Q or a W and then punish him for it. Yeah, he has a shield, but you'll definitely out-trade him with your burst. There's no reason for him to be able to just spam abilities, and that ward wasn't really useful in my opinion. I don't really think that was something that should be tossed up there. But maybe you're just trying to avoid him dropping aggro, or he's just constantly running in there to run away from you. I don't really know why that ward's there, but that's your prerogative. You've already got yourself covered here. Honestly, I would probably drop this ward right out here, because usually the enemy is going to come from, or probably right about here, or maybe a little bit deeper down the river, because they're going to come from the tri-brush. You want to have a little bit extra heads up so you can back off just a smidgen earlier. Those milliseconds actually do add up. Okay, here, what is going on here? You're running away the whole time, but you have stun up. Use your stun. Let's go back here. So, what's your current stun counter? You got 2, right? You've got 2 stun procs on it right now. He's going to go all in on you. You have 3 abilities. E, W, Q. If you use all 3 of those abilities right now, you stun him. But what do? Use Q, then you W. You're wasting a stun here. Now you've got your stun procced, but guess what? You don't have any abilities to proc that stun. So now you're kind of just shit out of luck. I don't know why it glitched there. Your W didn't show on cooldown, but it was clearly on cooldown. The mistake you made there was you didn't use your E to proc the stun. You used QW and you didn't have stun up there. I'm not sure if you were actually tracking your stun counter, but as Annie, you should always be aware of how many counts you have on your abilities or your spells used, because that'll tell you, hey, can I go all in now or am I safe now? And you should never have this waving thing. If you're trying to bait someone out into killing them, never have the aura that says, hey, I have a stun up. Always be sitting on that pocket stun of three spells cast, and you should be good. Now let's go ahead and look at the items that the enemy team has. Corki right now, you know that he has Doran's Blade, and he's working towards a what's it called? A Zeal and a Phage. That's going to be pretty threatening for bot lane. You should be ready to teleport down there when you can if they do end up falling behind, because right now they're in a bit of a struggling position as a duo bruiser bot lane. Malphite, you're not in a position to die from Malphite's burst. His ult plus his Q and his E might do it, but with your stun, he won't be able to get all three of those off, and underneath your tower, he will probably die. So there's no reason to be playing afraid here, and there's no reason to use your W there either. You didn't even get them CS there. Try to keep your W off cooldown at all times unless you're trying to stun somebody, because that is the instant spell that you have. Your E and your W and your ult are all instant. Your Q is not. You should be trying to use your W to proc the stun as much as possible, because that is an instant spell cast, and there's no way the enemy team can dodge it, or the enemy team can reposition during the casting of it. Whereas the Q, if you use your Q to stun him, you can start running backwards and make it a little bit harder for you to follow up on a stun. And so try to use your W early game and then your ultimate mid to late game to proc the stun, because those are instant and very, very hard to play against. So so Vi says she's coming. That's something important. I don't know why you flashed there. You should have stun up. You have ults, you have these three abilities. You should have stunned him right there, and you blew your W. That was your primary engage. Yeah, you can't follow this up now. Yeah. Hey, that was frustrating to watch. You pocketed all of your damage there, all of your all in. You let him ult you and you just ran away. Top lane is all about trading. It doesn't matter what the fuck he uses. If he uses something and he's in range for you to deal damage back, you do damage back. He has cooldowns. Once he's blown his ultimate, his Q, his E, he has cooldowns he has to wait for. You're probably going to teleport in. If you don't teleport in, I'll be kind of disappointed. You need to teleport, just because that's something that should happen. You did. Good job. Yeah, he has cooldowns. Once he blew his ultimate, his Q, and his E, there's absolutely nothing he can do to you. He can't run away. He can't engage on you anymore. You just blow all your stuff on him, stun him, get a little bit extra damage on him, maybe even out that trade. You would probably still walk out behind, but he would be so weak that Vi could follow that up and kill him. So that's something that it just takes a little bit more practice to get used to, is knowing, hey, can I all in on him? I'm assuming you're kind of new to Annie. So, I'm assuming you're playing Annie because she's a top lane bruiser that a lot of people like to play top. I think somebody posted on Summoner School recently that Annie is the new Rise. I don't really agree with that sentiment, but she's still a pretty strong laner. But the thing about it is you've got to always be aware of trades. Every single champion in the top lane is a champion you need to be careful about and you need to trade with. There's no champion that you can play where it's going to be a situation of you getting all in and you run away. Every single time you should be trading back some spells, an auto attack, something. It should never be, damn, he ulted me, let me run. It should be, damn, he ulted me, all his cooldowns are down. Let me blow all of my cooldowns on him, then walk away, or maybe re-engage with Vi coming up. And I keep harping on it, but it's just something that was so big to me that it could have turned that fight or could have made your team have a much better time. So right now, looking at your bot lane, they've got all 5 of your deaths on your team. The enemy bot lane's pretty strong. I would be roaming the map with your mouse right now. I'm not doing it, but I'm hoping you're keeping an eye on the map right now. Your team is pushed underneath the enemy bot tower. And that was sloppy. Really sloppy by your bot lane. You don't have any control over these guys, though, so unfortunately you can't do much. You don't have teleport, so I'm not going to talk about teleporting down. But you should still be aware of what the enemy team is building, who's scariest, who's not scary, and all that stuff. So right now, looking at their team, Malphite's going to be building a Rod of Ages. And he's got really shitty CS. You actually have a lead on him by a lot, around 400 gold. So you're actually in a really good position right now. Good try on that CS. I saw you actually did wait properly, so no problem whatsoever. And then you got the Catalyst proc. Good. So right now, I would say Malphite's ult is up. So be very careful. If his jungler does decide to gank, you've got to be very, very aware of it. I don't think Lee would be anywhere near top, and you should be aware of where you think Lee is right now. But knowing it's about 10 minutes and 52 seconds, he's probably clearing his Wraiths right now, and then he's going to go do his blue soon. So it's actually just make me... Or no, he started his reds. He's probably clearing his wolves right now. Oh, he's clearing his golems. I'm an idiot. Sorry, I lied. I wanted to prove a point, but I guess I'm completely stupid. But I knew he wasn't going to be... he wasn't going to be ganking you anytime soon. Just because his first buff that he started is going to be coming up really shortly. So, thinking about... That was good, your trade there, but you didn't really do much else with it. You just kind of let him get stunned and then you just walked away. A bit rough there. Could have been a lot smoother. Why are you backing off? I don't understand. Oh, you're warding? It's a good idea. Lee Sin probably just recently cleared his red buff because he started there. I would say this gank from Katarina is going to go poorly. Just because it's a Malphite, you're low health. You do have an ultimate. If you get your ult off, you're golden. But right now, he knows Katarina's coming. And this is bad. You did get the stun. This is going to go poorly for you, unfortunately. Oh shit. Yeah, he still got you. That was good. You got a little too close. And he ulted. He went all in. He knew Katarina was coming. He was going to take you out. And so that went alright. You did get the kill, fortunately. But you got a little too close. As Annie, he has to fully overextend with his ultimate. And he has to put himself in a horrible position to get a kill on you. You did pull off the kill yourself. But I think that could have been avoided earlier. Just by playing a little bit more defensively. But that was okay. We'll count it as a win for you because your team got 450 gold total. You got 300. Katarina got 150, whereas Malphite only got 300. So that works out better for your team. You're also still in the lead in CS, so definitely not a horrible thing at all. But you got to be very careful against Malphite right now because he definitely has a lot of control. Why are you buying so many wards? This is... I mean, I can understand purchasing a couple wards here and there, but that's a lot of money to invest in wards. And I don't know if you saw that, but Lee Sin just took this guy. I don't know if that was a graphical glitch of being a spectator, but he's right there. So he's going to gank your side soon. He's doing it right there. That pink is not a good spot. Right there, right away. Putting a pink there is not a good investment. The reason for it is it saves you for one gank. 100 gold to prevent a single gank, not really worth it unless you're just going to be pushed up all the time. But you're not pushed up all the time. You're pushed into your tower all the time, which means that ward's not really going to serve a purpose. Lee Sin cannot gank from the river. I get that you want to get that pink down and you don't want to keep investing wards there, but you don't need to ward it at all because Malphite's constantly pushing. And that means it's much easier for you. This ward is good. Malphite's constantly pushing up. You see this is just going to go to waste. It's going to get deleted immediately. And you're not going to be able to do anything about it. But you see, this is a good ward here because Lee Sin can go all in. Okay, you do have vision of him. That was a good ward. Good job. But yeah, like that pink I would never have placed. Just because you're, in this particular matchup, you're never really aggressive. And unfortunately it means you don't really need that ward here at all because you're always underneath your tower. Using your W there, all of your cooldowns are down. If he wants to go all in on you, you have no way to trade back. That's something you've got to be really, really careful about. I get that you want to clear waves quickly, but if you clear waves, you cannot be in range to take extra harass from Malphite. Because if you use your Q and W to push minions out, Malphite has no retaliation whenever you all in on him or whenever he all ins on you. Sorry. Man, that sucked. So right now your teleport is up. Look at where bot lane is. This is an easy all-in. If you can proc your stun and teleport here, ping it. This is a free double kill. I'm hoping you teleport in. This is too late. Damn. See how Vi is engaging? That was a free all-in. And had you teleport in, you would have missed a couple minions, but that would have been a double kill for your team. Probably a dragon. So I'm a bit wishy-washy on that. I wish you guys had taken that, but you didn't. Darius is a crazy motherfucker. Got it though, good for him. And Janna gets another kill. Holy shit. Alright, he's starting to get pretty strong. this matchup is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass for you because he's going to build a lot of damage. And Malphite with a lot of damage and a Rod of Ages is really hard to burst down as Annie. However, he is going to be really squishy. So while he does have a lot of health, there's no reason to be afraid of going all in on him. Right now, you're a little too low health to actually fight him. If you get a level up soon, you should be okay because you'll heal off of the Catalyst. But if you don't get a level up soon, if he tries to harass you a little bit more, you're going to run into a lot of trouble because he's got plenty of mana. And that's something you've got to be really careful of. Which you are being really careful. You're staying underneath your tower and letting him push. But it seems as if you're just letting him bully you all game. All of these trades that he's trying to force aren't trades. It's just him doing free damage to you, and they should be trades. That should be him sacrificing some health or CS to hurt you, and he's doing neither. Okay, now where did he go? I think that was you pinging it. I hope that was you pinging it, but yeah, he gets a kill on Trundle, unfortunately. He teleported down. So you are doing the right thing of pushing in really hard. Oh shit, never mind. Where the hell was Trundle? What? Trundle wasn't bot? Trundle's not your jungler? Okay, I'm confused. I wasn't actually watching the map there. I'm not going to go back and watch it. Bye. I don't think taking blue for you would be a good idea. You're never running into mana issues. And blue doesn't really serve that much of a purpose for you. Yes, it will allow you to spam your abilities more often, but you're not really running out of mana, and if Malphite kills you, you're fucked. Oh man, I swear, if you go back to base here and you teleport back into lane, I'm gonna want to punch you in the face. Yes, you got your Rod of Ages, but you better fucking walk back to lane, bud. Thank you. Oh, I hate you so much. I hate you so much. You know what you could have done there? You could have just run back to lane, and you would have been fine. Or you could have just stayed here in this brush and walked back in the lane and waited like another wave to get that Rod of Ages. But instead, you blew fucking teleport. The only ability you have to add any pressure on the rest of your map. If your bot lane is sucking dick like they're doing right now, you've got no control over it because your teleport is gone. Oh man, I hate you. I hate you so much for that. Oh. And so you and Malphite, I know this is a typical thing for top laners below teleport and lower elos, but whenever I play top as Nidalee or as Jace or as pretty much anyone, teleport is used for global pressure. It's not used for sustain and getting back to lane. If I ever have to use it to get back to lane, I feel like I'm a bad person. I'm a bad player. I screwed up. And while you do get a lower cooldown, you can't help your team at this dragon. You can't help out mid lane, you can't help out bot lane, you can't roam to take objectives. And if your team is failing miserably in a situation like that, there's nothing you can do. So you know he just warded the river. He's not roaming mid because there's no reason for him to roam mid. So the river's now warded. There's no reason to be afraid. No reason at all. You have stun up, you've got plenty of health to survive an all in. You should be immediately going for a Q to stun him and then trading with a W. I'm not sure why you ran back there. You have a bigger burst threat than he does. If you use your W here, I'm going to hate you forever. Oh my god. You're not going to get a single one of these minions now because you did that. I sound like I'm hating on you so hard right now, but look at the timer right now. 20 minutes. On a typical diamond elo or even on a typical gold elo game, I see anywhere from 130 to 190 CS at 20 minutes on average. You have 88. On the low end of the average scale, you're 40 CS below that. That's pretty low. And why didn't you use your W there? You had him stunned, he was sitting duck, there was nothing he could do. Should have used your W. Man. Rough stuff, dude, rough stuff. So, it's an interesting matchup here. This is an okay time to use your W because it's not actually underneath your tower. But that minion right there, you're going to lose it. That's okay. You're still doing a good job of CSing compared to Malphite. But compared to other players of this elo, or of higher elo, you're doing pretty poorly. Right now, you're lacking about 800 gold that you could be having if you're CSing just 30% better. And there's plenty of room to improve. I would say you've got about a 45% CS rate. You've missed about 55% of the last hits, which sounds like a lot, but it's true. You have missed that much. You're a little low there. You should be able to stun him, and then if you had Ignite, this would be beautiful. Good job. So that is exactly what I mean. You have stun. There's no reason to be afraid. You've got plenty of health to survive his all in. You should be able to just all in on him right back and make him feel like an idiot for doing that. So you notice what his items he's purchased now are. Looking at this, he's going to build a gauntlet. That's going to be a lot harder for you to escape, but, and that's a big but, it has no help against the long range Annie. He has to blow his ultimate just to get to you to proc the gauntlet, which means nothing. One extra auto attack is all it's going to give him. That's absolute jack shit. You shouldn't be afraid of that gauntlet at all. You should be a much bigger threat to him. Okay, looking at this, why are you sitting on the base here for this long? If you're waiting for gold for something, you've waited too long. Anything longer than 10 seconds to wait for gold is too long. I can excuse 15 seconds, but if you're waiting 20 seconds or you're disconnected, that's bad. Alright, I don't know if you didn't wait for anything. I don't know, maybe you purchased Sapphire Crystal. Oh, so you just were being indecisive. Okay. That's something else. You should be thinking about the items you want to purchase before you go back to base, not as you're at base. I understand it's easier to focus on the shop while you're standing there, but you should have an idea of what you're purchasing before you go back. You don't have Flash Up. If you had Flash Up, that was a free kill on Akali. Whoever just pinged him, that was not a good ping. I hope that wasn't you. Darius is pretty scary. Teleport there was not needed. You lose a tower, big deal. The tower is going to go down no matter what. You just saved him all of 30 seconds. And you blew your ult too. You essentially eliminated yourself as a threat for him to take tower now. And you lost your teleport. Had you stayed mid and pressured mid tower with your team, you would have taken that faster. You would have traded anything easily. And I think Dragon's up soon. Not actually certain on that one. I don't think it gives us the Dragon timer, but I would think it's up soon. I could probably just tech the... Where is it? Dragon. 1855. So 2550 or 2455. Yeah, it's up in a minute. If she ults here, I'm gonna be really sad. She didn't, thank God. So yeah, you don't know where anyone on their team is. Right now, literally every single person on their team is invisible, or they're in the fog of war. You don't have any safety underneath this tower. You should be going back right now. If they're diving you, that tower is gone and you're dead. There's no reason to stay. I'm gonna go ahead and move that. I'm sure it's getting a little annoying. Look at where Jen is. Jen is sitting in your jungle right now, fucking with Vi. You need to get the fuck out. Because you are not in a position to fight this. You gotta get out. You gotta back up this way immediately. You're staying underneath a tower that is gone. You're just giving away your life here. So that's unfortunate. That required probably a little bit more map awareness and knowing that everyone on the enemy team was invisible at the time. Had you been a little bit more aware of that, you probably would have backed off and just sacrificed the tower. I don't know if you're just hesitant to give up the tower to the enemy team. That's what needed to happen because the tower is going down no matter what. With Malphite, it's one tower auto attack that he would have taken and it would have gone down anyways. There was no risk at all for them to take that and kill you. So probably something to be a little bit more aware of is just, hey, where's the enemy team? Am I at risk of being dove? If so, should I back off now? So, Dragon's up. They're going to try to take it soon. I'm going to track you again. Don't go back to top lane. Please don't. Oh, man. Right now, Dragon's up. The enemy team is doing Dragon. Trundle's going to die soon as well. You should be immediately going towards Dragon. Doesn't matter if your team's not going to get it. Your team should be there to fight them after it. And the Dragon's still up, so absolutely you should be fighting for that drag. Staying top lane could potentially cost your team this fight. Because Malphite's not going to be here. He's going to be down there with the rest of his team killing you guys. Vi's not helping with Dragon either. What the heck is your team doing? Oh man, that sucks. That's a free kill for Vi, and she just kind of... She almost let them take the dragon for free. And Trundle is terrifyingly strong. Holy shit. Well, I guess that kind of works out for you because you end up... Your team ends up trading even with kills, gets the dragon, and you do get the tower, but... I would have showed up bot side if I were you. I think that would have been better to have my presence. Because you don't have teleport, you can't show up in a team fight. Your team could probably take objectives here. This pays off for you, but the risk, I think, wasn't worth it. If your team had not played that fight well, this game would be over. And people are going to say, why is the game over in that event? In the case of what I'm talking about is, it's over because your whole team would be down a solid 10 kills now. Maybe not 10, maybe like 6 or 7. But you'd also have lost the dragons, the enemy team would get that boost. And then on top of that, the enemy team would be able to retaliate and take some objectives back. The enemy team actually has more gold than your team, even after that loss, or even after that fight that your team just won. Like, it's something to be very, very aware of. Top lane is an island, but at this point both top towers are gone. There's no reason to return to it. Go group with your team. Looks like people are bitching at each other. You didn't need to buy a ward. Oh, you're not bitching at anybody. Okay. Thought somebody was making fun of the support or something. Why are you picking up an Iceborne Gauntlet? That's something that I don't agree with. It's useful in lane, but mid to late game, not so much. I understand that some people might say Iceborne Gauntlet on Annie is great because you get free Sheen procs, but they're wrong. Like, it's a very big mistake. When are you going to fucking use Iceborne Gauntlet outside of laning phase? Laning phase is over. When are you going to ever use Iceborne Gauntlet? Yeah, you'll get a free Sheen proc with your Q whenever you all in on the enemy team, but your auto attack is such a slow moving projectile, and it's such a low damage ability. Like, attack damage, 89. Your Iceborne proc is going to do 100 damage. Buying another AP item would have boosted your damage even higher than 100 damage, and it wouldn't take so long to complete. Yeah, you've got more survivability with the extra armor, but you could also have that with Azonias. I don't know, like, the reason I say that is I just don't like the Iceborne Gauntlet pickup. It just doesn't seem like a great idea. And I'm thinking you picked it up because you saw somebody on Reddit say it's a good idea. It's useful for taking towers a little bit faster, but really not anything else. You have ultimate right now. Should be using it to take out Lee Sin right now, immediately. Your Tibbers is not acting as a front line for you. It's a big mistake. As Annie, Tibbers is essentially a super minion. You stick behind him, you control his positioning, you put him in front of you at all times, and you teleport to minion. It's not a horrible decision, but I would have just teleported a tower. Save myself a little extra cooldown time on this teleport, and it would have been a little bit better, but not the worst thing in the world. You can use your W on this wave. No one's here to threaten you. But yeah, the Iceborne Gauntlet is not really worth it unless you're still in laning phase. If you're going to buy IBG, buy it first item. Looks like your Darius is hating on you. I guess you're fighting with your teammates? Mute your whole team. Just mute your whole team. That was good. Katarina taking the kill and taking the CS was not the greatest, but it's whatever. You're about to get a blue buff. Use all of your abilities as fast as you can. Alright, that's good. Looks like your team will end up winning this one. You do have a huge lead now. Oh man, the hate. I'm surprised there's so much hate going on. I mean, I've seen way worse. And there you go, you get the win. Like, I've seen people tell each other to kill themselves over not leashing a buff or something, but the hate while you're winning is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, a lot of things went well and a lot of things went poorly. I would say your primary things to work on would be trading in lane. There should never be an instance where you take free damage from the enemy team. If that happens, you've made a mistake. And there should never be an instance where you are using teleport to get back into lane when there's no lane pressure. Usually teleport should be used to help your team out in other locations. I think you only ever use it to get to top, which is something you made a mistake on. But that would be my thoughts. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you don't feel too bad with my critique. It's not meant to be offensive. If you get offended, I'm sorry. And hopefully you can use this to improve. The primary things I would work on would be mainly trading and last hitting. You missed about 55% of the CS there. That was big. So last hitting and trading. Work on those. Good luck in the future. And thanks for watching. And thanks for letting me do this for you.